competition street league ni tough. I'm sorry to say this, nimeona games za KBF hakuna basics pale. Ni tu madogo madanio tu, watu wanarusha ball wala nguvu mingi.
Unasema watu warudi streets.
Well, it must be going to that. I don't think they have it. They don't have the I think Twende guys is because now they are sponsored, wanapata kila kitu. Let's just stay, relax.
We can play.
We can play.
Get it. We talk about basketball, we talk about sports, we talk about each and every other things that we do as youths here in Nairobi. And today I'm bringing unto you Street Talk 101. This is a show whereby we get to talk about basketball, we get to talk about the street league, we get to talk about the KBF and every other league that is here in Nairobi. My name is Osea Makori and welcome to Street Talk 101. And so as we talk about basketball here today, I'm with somebody special. I'm with a guest that many of you have known for quite a long time. I'm with somebody who has done a lot. Remember, in 1 year, he's won more than 4 championships. He's an international coach, an international scout. He's coached in several places here in the country. He's been with a team known as Farm Kenya. He's been in the International School of Kenya for quite some time. And this is none other than Chester Oluoch. Many of you know who Chester Oluoch is. And he's done a lot that we get to know today. We get to ask him today. And Coach Chester, how does it feel like being a champion?
Well, it feels great to be a champion, having gone through the system and
Yes.
being patient and getting where I am right now.
Yeah.
It really feels good. But at the same time, I'd like to thank people who have been behind this.
Yes.
We have Marcel, who's involved with Build. He took Farm when on the verge of collapsing.
Yes.
He brought it up, and much appreciation also to the people who have been involved indirectly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I say.
And so to talk about the championship that we've won, I'm meant to understand that in 1 year, let me say last year, you won 4 trophies. That is in 1 season.
Yeah, I will say 4. The last one being Street Inside Exposure League.
Yes.
That was the toughest one, so I'll say that, yes, correct.
And how is it like so far? How is the competition when it comes to the street league? I'm also meant to understand that you won the National Basketball League, that is the NBA,
NBS,
and you won the Spread Truth Tournament,
right.
and the Peace Cup Tournament.
Yes.
Those are several other games that you played competitively.
Yes, yes.
And I'm also meant to understand that you have a very young team, a very junior team in the league.
Yeah, well, definitely we always recruit the younger the better, because we wanna try and expose these young ones, 14 to 18 years, maybe 19, if we go further. But the essence here is that we've always been recruiting the younger players in the program.
And now, what is the main thing that you have over other guys? Because yes, unlike many other teams that they have to rely on people who've grown so much into the league, people who've been in the league for a very long time.
Yes.
So when it gets to you have very young guys,
right.
17, 18 years,
right.
16 years. And those are the guys, when you compare with other guys, it will be a very difficult task for them to get into a championship,
right.
or to win the toughest games. Because let me say now, example, in the street league, you are playing against a team that comprises of many guys who are in the national team. So what do you inculcate into your boys, or what spirit do you have in that team that enables you get to that level?
I mean, the drive has been the culture that we have with the farm team. We have tried to emphasize on these boys being competitive, whoever the opponent they meet. And this culture has been replicated to any new kid that comes in the program.
Yes.
So we have that culture of being competitive, and we involve them in as many in a lot of basketball. They trained hard. The training that we impose on them is quite hard. We really emphasize on this because we know the level of talent that is out there, and we are very thankful that we're involved in these leagues, because these leagues have guys who are more experienced, more stronger, and they make our boys more stronger.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Coach Chester, turudi kwa street kidogo and get to know exactly now. When we get back to the streets, we're talking about the street league.
Yes.
The street league, what is your take? Like this is around the 6th or the 5th year since its inception,
Right.
and you are champion in the street league.
Yes.
And there are many other teams that have also won in the street league.
Yes.
So kuna challenge gani like ukiongelea sasa street league ni kwa wale wasawajui street league, how do you say about it? What are the benefits like so far you've seen in that league, or what have you gained as a coach in that league with your team?
Well, street league, first of all, acha niongee tu na Kiswahili kidogo, ni mix kidogo.
Yes.
Street league imesaidia vijana wangu sana. Big up. Yani azini ile kazi unafanya ni poa. Of course, one advantage ni my boys on a game. On a game in terms of, experience.
Yeah.
Competition street league ni tough. I'm sorry to say this, nimeona games za KBF nyingi sana. The last time ilikuwa game ya Ulinzi na
Equity.
Hakuna basics pale. Definitely hakuna basics. Ni tu madogo madanio tu, watu wanarusha ball, nguvu mingi.
Unasema watu warudi streets.
Streets kuna maplayers wako na basics. You can enjoy watching. Ukiangalia vizuri sana, people enjoy coming to watch the street play.
Yeah.
If you look at, I'm not bragging, if you look at the farm play games now, sindio, you realize that wako na basics. Game is safi, there's ball movement and all
and
that.
Everything.
And all that. So that's one thing I like about the street league, sindio. Competition iko stiff. Jamaa wacheza ligi sahi premier whatever. Wakikuja street tunawachapa.
Inakuwa ngumu.
Tunachapa. You know, when I played with SWAT last year, I think in the finals. The SWAT team ilikuwa imebeba national team yote. You know, Grifo, sijui Mayoti, Kulonga na Bosire, Electric, sijui ule jamaa Fahim. Jamaa wote. And they were getting beaten by 16-year-old, 17-year-old. Sindio. So it means that these guys have to go back to the drawing board. The competition in street league iko juu kabisa. But on the other hand, peer street league, they need to improve on what can I call it? They need to improve on refereeing. I've been talking about this about officiating CL. Officiating inafaa kuwa top notch. You know, saa zingine najua pia ref wana ref na emotions. I've seen this before. I've been a victim of this before, and I've always been talking about this. Officiating. Yes, correct.
So yeah, as you've talked about the street league and everything, like there are a lot of things that need to be done in the street league.
Yes.
Na we pia umeshinda hiyo national basketball, like the NBA.
Yes.
And I'm meant to understand that you are supposed to go up. What happened that you didn't continue with that team in the national league?
Well, I can say there was when we started this, when I called Ronnie, you know, I am interested in playing in the NBA, and that's the Nairobi Basketball Association. And I asked him what are the requirements. Akaniambia vizuri that Chester, in order for you to play, and I was really looking forward to, you know, participate in that NBA. Akaniambia for you to play, you need to have the league fee, and avail your boys.
Yeah.
And akaniambia so nikishinda NBA ndapanda. Yes, definitely unapanda. So for me, you know, every year we work with a budget, and every year when we start, we make sure that we know we stick the budget, the transport, the allowances, and the league fee and all that. So we played, and then kafika playoffs around September. Then unasikia tena naambiwa ati in order for us to go to the next level, we have to go to Eldoret.
The playoffs, the national playoffs.
Exactly.
Now.
Then I'm asking, I'm calling Rory. I didn't know about this, and I cannot budget about this because I don't have this in my budget. So we won the NBA, and I asked, is it possible also, Sindio? Because now we are the champions.
Yeah.
We tupandishwe.
Yeah.
Then that thing ikakuwa sasa tunavurugana nini ikaishi hapo. That's why hatukupanda. Yes.
So like now you fault the structure of the NBA in terms of that, because I'm also meant to understand like about last year's winners. Did they also have to go through that ndio wapande ama watu wa last year walifanywaje wao?
Well, sikuwa ifuatilia after nilitoka NBA. I never sikuwa na hiyo interest ya kufuatilia vitu pale. But I don't know if maybe you are aware kwenye nafanyika, but me I'm not aware so far how it works, kama walipanda ama kupanda.
So like kwa sababu mulikuwa victim of that and everything, so what do you think like can be made possible in terms of the structure of the NBA? Kwa sababu let's basically hakuna haja nishinde and then kwa sababu nimeshinda nafaa nipandishwe automatically because I'm the champion.
Yes.
Why do I have also to go through some other games
Exactly.
also to go up?
And they robbed us, well to rob. We should be the better team. And I don't think, and I can tell you, these are teams you could Div 2. None of those teams can match up with what we have.
So unasema wape hiyo slot yenu mrudi huko mcheze.
So
Coach Esther, now we're talking on matters national basketball, on matters the federation and everything. So what do you think about the KBF, like in terms of the structure, in terms of what is happening, in terms of the games? Kwa sababu we are at that level or that time when tuna fight for youths.
Okay.
We're getting to basketball, youths were getting to sports. But then how youths when you get into sports, unaona mtu kama huyu ulikuwa na challenge ya money, challenge ya budgeting and everything.
Right.
So na kwa hizi ligi zetu zote, I'm meant to understand the only league that pays players perhaps is the minor leagues, but the national leagues and everything, people are meant to participate. You pay your league fee and everything. At the end, unapewa medals na trophy. Saa zingine hata medals zinakuja zitoshi. So what do you think about that as a coach?
I think for me, my opinion is that teams should start investing, in terms of, motivating players a lot.
Yeah.
And you can only motivate players who can play.
True.
Mimi siwezi utaniletea mtu ajui kuendelea
alafu unataka umpeka kitu
haiwezekani.
Ni ngumu.
You have to motivate people who can play, people who know what they're doing.
But don't you think in terms of motivating players, yes, as a coach I'm doing that, or perhaps as the owner of the team I'll do that. Right. But then why do I have to motivate my players and then at the end of the day I'm not getting anything in return as a team? Okay. So like I'm investing for the team,
right? The
time, resources and everything. And then at the end of the league now,
I get you.
Yeah.
I think different teams have different structures on how they outsource the funding to pay the players. So I cannot, for my team, we rely heavily on donors.
Yeah, on donors.
We rely on kids that we sell outside Africa, and the agencies that take them, donate to the farm program, and that's how we generate this money to pay the players and all that. We have a strong base in the US and also in Europe. So that's how we generate us. I cannot speak for other teams. I don't know how they. But I also I hear that also there are teams which are sponsored by banks, like
and schools.
So that's how they generate their funding. But it's all about the management, how these teams generate the income for themselves. They have to think about that.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, as teams, you need to find ways on how you can work yourself out, on how you can get to that level. Because yes, we're trying to grow our teams. We're trying to make ways on how we can get money, on how we can get these youths out of crime, out of many other things, because basically the way forward is sports. Kila kitu sahi inaelekea ni vijana wajitume, vijana get into some space and everything wacheze. So there are many leagues. So what is your plan? Because basically, huku cheze NBA, you're in the street league now. What do we expect for this year in the street league?
Well, this year, of course, I've lost two vital players. I've gone to other teams.
Yeah.
No, you know them.
Yeah.
If you want me to mention them, these players I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I cannot say that there's been a big hole because we've been in this kind of sport before.
True.
Where we lose players, they go to other teams.
And you go on
we don't lack talent.
Yeah.
This year you can expect us to be in the playoffs, definitely.
Yeah.
And eventually in the finals. It's a 50-50 take. We might take it, we may not take it. But for us, we are really working towards making sure that we defend the championship and we become the defending champions again for the second time.
True. Yes. That's good. Which other league are you participating in?
So we are participating in KSBC.
JKUAT. Yeah.
So it's kind of a good league. And the reason why we participate in that league is also to keep exposing the rookies that we have in the program. So we have rookies in the program who are developing.
True.
That is the best league for them to develop. Yes.
And yes, we've talked about the structure of the CL league. We've talked about some of the things that need to happen in the league and some of the changes and everything. So the main change was about reffing. Which other, are you well with the structure on how the league is run? Because right now we have a very long break of around 1 month and some weeks.
Just to speak on that, this year it's been run more professionally. I will give them a B play.
Yeah.
Last year it was horrible. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
last year unapata Mose anaandika sijui fixture sijui saa 6 usiku Friday sijui anapigia kwa pass inarushwa unamka hivi unafika pale sijui okova. Last year it was just chaotic.
That is true.
I think Moses has to really sometimes delegate duties. He has so many things in his head. Akona hii nini mambo mingi,
Ape vijana kazi.
He's just too confused sometimes. He needs also to at least apatie watu vitu. So last year it was horrible, in terms of getting schedules on time. In terms of refs, refs used to complain
a lot, no payment and everything.
You're wondering why. And also teams should also pay their league fees on time so that easy vitu zifanyike. So if you have any arrears, make sure that you clear these arrears. That's what I can say.
So this year the management is good and everything, and we expect perhaps a lot more better.
Keep on improving, every year, every season. This year I can say there is no any hiccup. I see Masha. Masha is really picking calls. Kimpigia ana pick. Kama hajashika atarita. Like Moses arudishani calls. And I'm sorry, I'm saying the truth, manze. Kutafuta Moses na tu ako pale diopa. Really? Yeah, so Masha at least is much better. He's getting involved with the managers. He's talking with them. He's making follow-ups and all that. So I recommend that job.
Oh, that's good. So I understand also the transfer season is on at the moment, because we have like 2 or 3 weeks before it gets over. So are you gaining any player? Are you getting any player coming into your team or leaving into your team at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are, as a farm organization, we are going to sign one new player. His name is Lijo. He was in Umoja.
Yeah, Dementa, yeah.
This kid, man, I like this kid a lot. Very athletic, very physical. He rebounds properly. He knows how to position himself when he's rebounding.
Sure.
He's aggressive. So him being with the farm program is the best fit. So we will sign Lijo for this season only.
Oh, that's great. And also, like, now we're talking about the street league now, because hapo ndio tumedwell sana kwa sababu ni street yetu, ni league yetu ya mtaani. Lazima tuizungumzie, lazima tuongee a lot about it. So what team do you think, like, umesema uko utafika kwa finals, utafika kwa playoffs and everything. So what teams do you think are like you think that you can root for them this season? You included
in my conference or in the other conference?
In both conferences.
In both conferences. I think, let me start with the other conference and then I can speak on my conference. I think Junubin looks good, though they've lost some players.
Yeah.
But they have added some players. So Junubin looks good. Team experience is on the other side.
Yeah, it's on the other side with Junubin.
Team experience also looks good. So in that other conference, and I think the other conference pia iko rahisi kidogo. There's 2 teams I see them. Tongi kweli. Hiyo conference ya hiyo side nyingine team experience.
Unasema uteka kidogo.
Nothing. They're not there by far. Not there. They're not there. The basics, I keep saying, sikukimbia, the basics. You can pass well, you can cut. The little things, but uteka bado. But between for that conference, it's either between team experience and Junubin, but I'll go for Junubin. I'll go for Junubin. Junubin will take that conference the other side.
Oh, on the other conference, now your conference?
My conference. Conference, you're too in Mawano, because if you look at that conference, about 5 teams can play basketball. I respect that. Number 1, we have Twende
Sports, yeah.
Team will come to this season. Picked every all-star team, stars now.
Kila mutu.
Exactly. Which is quite unfair. I keep saying hii ni unfair hii. Then we have number 2.
Unasema streets ni unfair, so kilala pia.
So but you see, you just do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Tuko na click.
Yeah, click.
Then we have Tefad. Then we have which other team? Click, Tefad, Twende, Farm.
Farm now.
Farm. There's another number 5. I'm not sure which one, but there's another number 5 in that.
Buruburu Crusaders?
Maybe Buruburu Crusaders or 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, they have a sponsor and all that. So they should not let the sponsor down.
That is true.
Yeah, so the other side is just tough. But just like I've said, and I can promise you, I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I'll be in the finals. That conference.
We're watching this space.
I cannot root, I cannot root who's going to take that side. But it's either me or Twende. Yeah, I'm looking. It's either me or Twende. I just want to take it at the end of the day. But for me, I don't believe in losing. I'm not going to believe in losing.
That's the spirit.
I'm not going to believe in losing. I'm going to win this.
That is the spirit, man. We need to have that in mind at all times. Exactly. Like, we're competing and we're showing that we can at all times. So, what do you think about everything and all that? So, ukiangalia in some itoke 2,000, ikakuja 5,000, ikakuja hiyo all the way 10,000, imepanda mpaka saa hii pesa inapeanwa hapo. So, what do you see, like to 50,000? What do you see about the growth and everything? What do you project about?
When Moses had this idea of the street league, I was with him. Tuliongane demo, kunywa chai
huko Kayole huko.
Tunakunywa anaenda Chester, kuna hii idea. Me, I liked this idea. And you see, ever since Street League Yanzi, I've always been participating.
That is true.
Back, I think 5 seasons now. So what I see is Street League. It's going to be it's already a relevant league. And it's pulling players. It's pulling fans coming to watch. At ama NBA, National Basketball Association, it's kind of a business thing. See, league kama federation, ni business, merchandising, endorsements, your players signing contract, kila kitu pale. So I see strictly going to that direction. Maybe we will be old by then, our kids will play. So I see strictly going in that direction, whereby players can get something from playing.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. So I see that going. Right now, farm, we are giving allowances. I don't want to disclose this, but we are giving good allowances to the elite players that are playing for us. Yes.
Yeah, because I also saw like a team like 7-Eleven is also giving out allowances. A team like Twende is also giving out allowances. Right. And we have teams that have sponsors like Tefad and several other teams that have sponsors in the league. Right. So like it's really showing that thing of like there is growth into the street.
We want to do that, of course.
And that is what we project for each and every other time. That is what we aspire for each and every other time. Kwa sababu streets hazifai kuwa like streets ni pali hakuna kitu, pali hakuna anything, but unaona sahi streets zina grow. Kuna sponsors, kuna corporates wana come in, and we welcome more corporates into the street league. Welcome more corporates into sports, because that is the way forward. We need vijana wetu wapate job, we need vijana wetu wapate dough and everything. And definitely we're going to grow this, we're going to grow basketball in the country. And Coach Chester, right now there are games that like are supposed to be starting in some few days time in Tunisia. There's a team that was sent out for the national team, representing the national team. That is 3x3 challenge. What do you think about that team, both ladies and men under 23?
Honestly speaking, I don't think they have what it takes. I don't think they have what it takes.
Yeah.
I saw the lineup, I think, on Instagram or something.
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
Nothing, man. I'm not impressed.
So to say they are going to participate and come back home.
Yeah, that's what, I have to just say the truth. I don't want to say something to please people, but whatever they did with the selection, no.
Because I'm meant to believe there are a lot of kids that are out here that can play basketball.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of kids that did their finals in high school last year.
And you see, this is the notion people have in Chester, that Chester na wasudi sana. Because if you look at my team, ukiangalia timu yangu, kuna Wakongo. Kongo mkweli. Wakongo ni wengi.
True.
South Sudanese pia kwa pale. We have Kenyans, we have Vin, we have Spencer.
Moas.
We have Kenyans in the team. So I try to diversify and bring everybody on board. So hiyo kitu watu wasema Chester na kwanga na wasudi. Please remove that from your head, and I'm saying this today.
Lakini sasa ukiwa na wasudi watano.
Okay. You see, first of all, the South Sudanese, they have the height. I need height.
Yeah.
Kenyans, we are not that tall, which I understand, Nikiwa na wasudi watano, and they can play, and they can play. Then what about my Kenyan players? Then we work hard and be like them then.
True. To fit in.
Yeah, to fit in. You just work hard.
Because like wanasema streets ni unfair. Lazima fight for that chance to get fit into that. Exactly. So hiyo team kidogo kuna in a way kuna venye selection inafanywa, ama the lineup is not that.
I think they have to go back to scouting properly and getting the right people. I think your team labda kuna watu wamechaguliwa to please some people. The way I'm thinking, maybe to please some parents, to show, I don't know.
I'm looking forward to a time that like the camps, generally kutakuwa na camps, like kutakuwa na scouting camps in each and every other place, just to get these people, put them in a camp, have like these players, like 50 or 100 players. These are players in the national team, regardless of whether they are going to participate or not, but they are taken as players of the national team. So whenever you want a player, you get that player from there. Yeah, like you systematically developing them gradually and everything. But now when it comes to this time, like unapata trials inafanywa tu at this particular place, and you even don't know what happened. Unakuja kuambiwa there's a lineup.
I mean, there's that Kenyan culture. Trials inafanywa the last minute. Last minute ndio sasa wanaanza kutafuta watu.
Kuna mtu alikuwa anasema basketball ya Kenya ni kujuana.
It's right.
Hata tournaments kila mahali.
Yeah, exactly. We are kwa academy yangu. Unaelewa? So you don't give chance to expound and see what's there outside. Unaelewa?
Yeah, true.
Hizi vitu ni kweli hizi vitu. Yeah, na nimeona mara mingi sana.
Yeah, so people get back into the streets and get the talent. Get real talent from the streets. Wapeleke wacheze ball, because we have many guys here, we have many kids that are really looking forward into playing basketball. They're looking forward into getting into the national team because they possess what they need to have in order to get into that team. So whenever you're doing all the things that you need to do as those guys that are employed by the national team, those guys that are working for the national team and everything, do whatever thing that is necessary. Go for the right places, go for the right people, get them into the team. Develop those players as time goes by. You don't have to just pick just because I know this guy and I know where he plays, then definitely I'm going to. I mean, there are many people also who can ball and they haven't gotten that chance. People are here in the streets, people are out there, people are in different places in this country whereby they can play, and if given that chance, they can really show what it takes to play basketball. And Coach Chester, now we talk about the national team. We talked about the games that are happening in Tunisia in some few weeks' time, and also we have the national team that is participating in the AfroChan tournament, the men.
Okay.
So you've seen the list, you've seen the roster, the provisional list, and everything. What also do you think, or who do you think is gonna make it to the final list there?
In the national roster
for men,
I haven't checked the roster yet.
It has like 30 players from the local league and some other from the foreign leagues and everything. So what do you think about that game, about the games that they are expected to play? Will they give us something to...
Well, it depends, the past has shown that we've not really gotten to that level of, where we can. And this is something that the federation needs to work on.
That is true.
I don't know where the problem is. And I think it is just the same,
problem.
The problem that we have, these issues and that issues in Ecuador that needs to be fixed. And I think all in all, the federation itself needs to be cleaned up so that we get people who are sober in mind.
Development oriented. Exactly.
And bring in structures that, because we're about structures. Right now, South Sudan, I don't think we will ever even get close to South Sudan where they are right now. Because they brought in a guy who has vision, we all them, a guy who knows how to recruit, bring the right players
and develop.
Yeah, it's not about najua na huyu ule ni madhaki beshti yangu, wacha
nimuingize hapa kwa slot.
I mean, really, we don't want to do that. Let's stop being mediocre and let's be serious. Yes, that's what I can say. Yeah,
because generally we want that pride for the country, and to get that pride, then definitely hakuna mambo ya ubeshte hapo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
me, I've traveled to Europe a lot. I've seen these federations, the way they work. They don't joke around. Hakuna mediocrity. If they kama kwa mfano Chester kwa kufanyia kazi,
ni atafanya yote.
Hiyo ni department ya Chester na kwa kuingilia. Kama labda tuseme coach Shem hapo sawa, hii kitu is hapo ni yake. But unajua Kenya, we have a problem. Unataka kuingilia kwa department ya mtu
mwingine.
Sijui mara unataka kusnitch. We try to compete with each other. Who has the best program? Who has this bullshit. This is what is killing us. We want to compete. Sijui uwezi train umoja kwa sababu sijui nini. This happens, these are facts.
That is true.
Yeah. So program ya Chester na progress kushinda yangu. So nifanyaje? Natafuta njia ya kuweka Chester chini. So
ni coach ni mnyime space ya kutrain.
Camps zinakuja, watu wa Chester hizi itwa. Sijui, those are petty things that I see but I just laugh. There's a camp I don't want to mention. There's a camp ili happen. Mazeda mispigui simu Chester.
Na uko na watoto.
Yeah, you have a program. Can you bring your kids? And these are the same guys.
He is a free camp. Na watu walipi.
These are the same guys wanapiga simu Chester, tunataka favor tufanye na kitu. But anyway, you just keep quiet and you move on, tenda wema
nenda zako.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true. Basically watu wakwe honest na kila kitu.
Exactly.
Kwa sababu some other time I get to feel like these kids' lives that people are putting on hold,
right,
or people are joking with.
Right.
So if this kid really is progressing, there's no need of you holding on to that kid na hujampea proper structure ya kukua management wake in any way na hujamsaidia na anything. So kama this kid amepata avenue ya kugrow, just don't hold on to that kid. Mwacha grow, and that kid will at the end of the day thank you kwa sababu you helped me know basketball, and at the end of the day I did this to myself, I got this opportunity and everything. So watu waache tu, watu develop and all that. So na mambo ingine, so the last perhaps the last bit of this we're talking about the street league and all that. So which are some of the players that have stood out in this league that you're rooting for, like the players that you feel are really showing a lot in the street league, both maybe street league and the well ladies league?
Okay, well, in the street league, I will talk about the team. I will not talk about farm because I'll just talk about the other teams.
Yeah.
If you look at Click, I like there's this kid called
Duke Mairura.
This kid is black, red.
Yeah, the point guard.
I mean, he's really grown a lot since
he started basketball to this level that he's gotten into.
He's not getting better and better. And I think what I can advise him is to not to stay in his comfort zone. Let him go out there and play with the very best.
That is true.
The very, very best. You see, now, if you are on your comfort zone, you will never be successful. So for him, I would say let him. I like his game. I like the way he points the ball. So he needs to really grow on that. So for that is strictly for the well. You're talking about younger player or
younger player, because like generally players in the league.
So for well, I've only seen one lady, one player lady, but ni kind of ule ni experience yake ni juu sana. I think namjua. Anacheza SWAT. That is Orlando. Orlando. She's kind of old, but akona maturity na leadership sana.
That is true.
That team currently, the last time niliona kicheza, sijui kama I'm right, forgive, maybe I'm wrong. Akona coach ama wana coach?
They have a guy,
but akujangi sana. So I see there's a lot of leadership
in the team and all that. Yeah.
Who won last year's well?
It's SWAT.
They will do it again.
Remember, they were unbeaten since 2019, but that streak ended, I think, last weekend.
Me, I can bet.
They lost last weekend.
I can bet SWAT is taking it again. SWAT ladies
taking it again?
Again. They will take it again.
That is a bet, guys. You've seen from Coach Chester talking about this year's well winners. Amebet kwa SWAT bado. Sijui nyinyi mnafikiria aje, sijui unadhani ni timu gani lakini kuna timu zimekuja. Twende iko, SS iko, Bearcats wako.
Well, it must be going to I don't think they have it. They don't have the see, SWAT has their business.
The design, the passion and all
warming up, for business, like they don't joke around.
True.
I think Twende girls is because now they are sponsored, on a particular clip. Let's just stay, relax.
We can play, get everything.
But you see, the SWAT team, it's like, their mothers, they know they got hustles to do.
True.
They don't joke around. So I like that. I see that, and they're going to take it this year. Yes.
You've heard it. You've heard it from Chester. I don't know. Dockers, are Dockers still in the league this year? I haven't seen them in the world.
I haven't seen them either.
But you'll find them at the end of the day playing for SWAT, so you never know, because they're generally the same players that are playing in the league. Absolutely. Some for Equity, some for KPA.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, perhaps you'll get them in Team SWAT.
I would like to see some of these players playing. Which team does this lady play for? She always works with Twende. Msahau. Anakuanga Twende mara mingi. Acheza pia Equity.
Anacheza Equity. Ndela plays for SWAT.
He plays for SWAT?
Yeah, Ndela plays for SWAT.
You see, I told you.
Yeah.
So if Ndela is playing for SWAT, you have a lot. Come on.
Brenda also plays for SWAT. Brenda who plays for Equity.
So let me tell you, these are the teams that anachezea. Hizi zingine zile ziko na nani sasa?
So bado ni SWAT tu.
I mean, bado ni SWAT.
Sasa kwa wanaume ndio kidogo kuna competition.
Kuna competition sana, yeah, that's what I can say.
Cha tungoja tuone. So Coach Esther, what are some of your last remarks in regards to basketball in the country, basketball CL-wise in the street and all that?
First of all, basketball has really grown in Kenya and in East Africa. Right now, it is more, people are taking it seriously kidogo. When we were growing up. And I see in maybe 5-10 years, things will be very, very different.
That is true.
That is true. We'll be having, right now, fans can come and watch games in the CL. And then kuna ule mtu anauza labda chai,
fanya biashara kidogo.
At the end of the day akona kitu, which of course kama ingekuwa. So the impact that it has built ni kubwa kabisa.
Huge.
Players now can even, kitambo kwa timu lakini wewe unajisponsor viatu. Viatu zako wewe unajisponsor.
Unajinunulia.
Exactly. Now ukivunjika mguu
ndio unajishughulikia.
You don't have transport, so we are going somewhere. It's getting bigger, and I can say my recommendation is that let's keep doing what you're doing. And we do it honestly. That's the most important thing. And kama mtu mwingine, if someone else is getting successful, please shake mkono zidi kumpush. Don't drop him down. That's another thing that I've seen people do a lot. Yeah, but we're going to reach there, and that's my vision, is that we get there whereby players can afford to smile that they get something at the end of the day from playing basketball.
We shall get there. What do you think about this show now generally?
It's a good platform to talk about facts. It's a good platform to talk about the things that hurt us most. Kwa hivyo tunapiga makelele lakini nobody
hakuna mtu anakusikiza.
Leo nimeongea ukweli, si ndio? Nimetaja whatever that has vitu zinaona si nzuri. So this is a good show that inafaa kuendelea, so that we can even have other guests, si ndio? Kama nimekosea mahali, please sema, na mimi pia nitasema ukweli mahali nimeona nimekosewa. Kama unaona nimekosea mahali, si ndio? You come kwa show.
Useme hapa kuna platform kubwa sana.
Na nikipigiwa simu niambie Chester uko ready kuja hapa hivi ujitetee.
Nakuja tu hivyo.
Yeah, so it is a good platform. Let's keep doing this. Street one-on-one ni kitu poa kabisa, so that we talk about how to improve this. Unaelewa? Kwa mfano nimeandika watu wengine hapa 1 2 3. I think pia tenda wa improve on there on what I talked about. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, basically I'm very much happy for you being here today. I'm very much happy for all the sentiments you've given out, for all the things that you pointed out in terms of the league and all that.
Right.
And generally, that's how we grow the game. Absolutely. We need to have people who can point out what is happening and all that. So guys, this is our show. This is where we get to talk about basketball. We get to talk about what is developing in the streets. You get us on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, and all other social media platforms. We are at Street Talk 101. My name is Osea Makori.